tribute to a former ROTC instructor, the Bronze Boot, as the ultimate prize in today's resumption of the Border War. Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado, home to the Colorado State Rams. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Wyoming Cowboys, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Colorado State Rams. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Bruce Davis, David Paul again, Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Cowboys will put total record to crank us up. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Colorado State's offense will get first crack at it today. In the last meeting, the Rams trampled the Cowboys, making brown mustard out of them in a game that never felt competitive.
I think everybody went into that one thinking it was going to be close. Colorado State obviously had some other ideas, David. Their intensity was simply unmatched in that game. That's where Wyoming's got to be better this time.
Got to be much better because they took that Bronze Boot in a bad spot last year. It was not competitive, not at all. They had to have been embarrassed. They had to have been thinking about this for a year, and they want to come out and put a better display on it.
The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. Off play action on first down. Nowhere to go the ball and down. He goes at the 39. And the Rams with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Catch in the middle. It's Winfield. That is exactly all the way down to the 15-yard line. We knew coming in that they wanted to push the ball down the field, and they waste no time getting at it.
And I love that, man. I love being aggressive early, setting a tone, sending a message to my team. Listen, we're going to attack down the field. You better be ready for it. This offense comes out, gets the big completion way down the middle of the field.
He's got one. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they self-block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
You don't tip the scales at 3 bills. Stay on. Scores on a sneak.
Well, I know a big question coming into this one is how locked in is this offense going to be early? We've seen offenses throughout the season struggle with rhythm and execution early in games. Not a problem for this offense here. In this game, in this environment, all 11 guys locked in. Great job running, throwing. Execution was beautiful. And they're able to cap off the opening drive of the game with a nice run to get on the board for a touchdown.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Wyoming's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Myers to the tight end. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. A Here's the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is a daring punt return, man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Bullock. Bringing the heat. Across the 35. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safety. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. On play action. Pressure coming. There we go. Got some momentum to go around. Puts it in for 6. Now get him down at the 1-yard line.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when out, and you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Bullock. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the decision by the quarterback that it's only first down, it's not there, throw it away, live to play another day.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's one. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have to worry about them finding ways to get...
Decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, no one's open, I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll try the run. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 into the 22. The border war over the bronze boot dates back to 1899, but the introduction of the bronze boot trophy was started as part of a mutual agreement between each school's respective ROTC departments.
Well, it's nice that there was a mutual agreement because the very first time these two teams played in 1899, the game was forfeit. Apparently there was breaking rules and ended up in a brawl. These two schools have not liked each other for a very long time in the border war.
I'm here for all of it. I'm here for the petty. I'm here for the college fans that don't like each other, the anger, the competition, so this should be a great matchup.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the ground with the count. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Fowler. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Colorado State is on top. And They were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Fires downfield. That's caught. It's Richardson. Defense was right there, but they couldn't stop him from making the catch, and he's got it to the 30.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Cowboys had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the right. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing ball, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
That is no good. Guys, in this and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Unloads to the wideout. He's right downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39. The Rams want to move quickly. Scanning the field, it's Bullock. Throwing right. Makes a connection. He'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Warren.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find the rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. The QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously said he's outside the tackle box. He can throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Maybe a little long for a field goal. Definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Slams it, and he will score. Touchdown, Colorado State. They've got the lead, trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Charlotte fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal now as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and will just find a way. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to East Carolina.
pass on the jet sweep.
Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the Cowboys with a second and short to keep this drive moving. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the air. It's Fowler. Tight end finds a soft spot. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep jumping.
Russell to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking for the score. Couldn't quite hang on to that one, and this red zone defense came that close to forcing a turnover. Third down coming up. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. They'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Looking to throw, it's Bullock. He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pick up there. And the Rams want to pick up the tempo. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He turns that loose down the right side. Fires into traffic, picked off. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And it's caught. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Use the play fake. Now to throw. That's caught. It's Williams. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Offense picking up steam. First and 10 from the 31. Wants to throw on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And this linebacker is all over the field in run support. When they throw the football, though, man, does he have great vision, and he breaks on the football, looking at using the hands. He had 2 a week ago, throwing another today. That's a season for a linebacker most of the time. Great 2-game stretch for this LB.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking for a man. It's Bullock. On the move to his left. Right, just been tight end. Got it. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
On the move from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Cowboys and Rams. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive in the line, that'll be the story of this second half. A lot of football still to be played as these two scratch and claw for the right to claim that old bronze boot.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. And this is coach speaking. Very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Got a man. It's Richardson. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. The Cowboys will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. He gets a block. Touchdown! And the stopping has commenced. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in the elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score a TD.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game. They have to get to work on this drive.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. When you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles, it's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Back to throw, it's Fowler. Makes the grab. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
flip the script, almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
And the Cowboys kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got room to work. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Cowboys pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the middle. Working that left side. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well.
Touchdown, Wyoming! Quick strike through the air for the score. 2-point conversion attempt is coming.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing it because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Colorado State takes over the Ram offense, returns to the field. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game. Turning it over! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? In that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Motion from the back. Looking downfield, it's Bullock. Lets it go. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. Got the big tight end on the corner route. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And off from the shotgun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The inside handoff. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. It's 3rd down, and they've got to get it to the 33. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. They'll start this drive going to the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. We've reached a break. Colorado State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to throw, it's Fowler. Caught near the sticks, it's Holman. Good pick up there, they'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, down the throw. Makes the grab, it's Williams. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. And the Cowboys getting set on 1st and 10. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Gates. Hard running there. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know he had a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourself. And listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Little touch pass to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play. That was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires into the end zone. It's picked up. They ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after a short return, and what a play to get the football back.
Clock's ticking. You know you're down. You've got to force the ball down the field, but guess what? So does the defense. They knew the vertical routes were coming and broke on the football, and that does not look good for this ball game.
Out of the gun, now running inside. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Gets it out fast. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Might be changing the route. They want that clock to run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The pull and throw off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw, it's Bullock. Zings it complete to the right. On the move at the 30. Touchdown! And the route is on. They extend the score-1 lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, we've got a final score for a notable game today in the American. UTSA delivered the knockout knockout blow early in this one. En route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the American. Trust me.
Touchdown, Mustard and Brown. Stealing a score on special teams. He is a field-flipping machine. Taking on one end, returning to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense, we always talk about offense, but man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. How about that last drive? Just carved them up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? He gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Breaks it open. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They'll send the back in motion. On 4th down, looking to pass. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. One of the great rivalries in the West comes to a close with the Rams taking the victory. We'll be partying in Fort Collins tonight. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.